Hey everyone, it's Mindy Hahne, the Midwest premier sports handicapper, coming to you from TonySpicks.com and the half of the morning show duo, The Morning Steam with Ramon Scott. But hope you enjoy this free pick video from our show. Be sure to click in the link in the description for our best bets. Now here is the pick.
Those are Cincinnati Reds, everybody's favorite team. Right now, they're going to be on the road here as an underdog. I guess everybody forgets the great Cincinnati Reds, but they are at Baltimore today. In this one, Brandon Williamson for the Reds. Cole Irvin, Jake Irvin. This is Cole Irvin, right? He's on the Orioles.
Right.
And he's $1.30, and the total 10 under 15.
Yeah, the big thing I think is the Reds. They're 6-14 in their last 20 road games versus a lefty starter here. It's one of those like Cincinnati. I know that they're pretty hot, but I just kind of think that this Orioles team has just been more consistent here across the board. They've been hitting about 260 here, 800 on base percentage, 8-2 in their last 10 interleague games here. I'm going to go ahead and go with the Orioles today.
All right, Mindy, on those Orioles and Cole Irvin, it's tough to go against these Reds. Mindy, I don't know if you've heard of them.
I've heard of them.
But the Orioles are still a pretty good team, and now the Reds have to go back on the road. Look, Cole Irvin hasn't been exactly a winning proposition in his 5 starts, and Brandon Williamson has been pretty much a lock. When he's been in there. I mean, he's not good, but the Reds have been winning since he's been in his games. You almost doubling your money if you're betting on him over his 7 starts so far. And Cole Irvin's a guy who basically is down, more than a third of a unit every time if you bet him. So I don't know. It is kind of interesting, but I'm going to be on Baltimore with the right. Well, look, these pitchers have been struggling of late as far as ERA is concerned, but I don't know. I think the price is pretty good here at $1.30. I know we know the Reds, have had the 12-game winning streak. They've lost the last 2 games. Don't forget now. So
now they're on the losing streak.
Right, Orioles have still won 10 of their last 15 games, or 24-14. At home. So I'm probably going to end up on the Orioles with you here. And let's see. I'm sure the chat might still be on the Reds train. Let's see. Here's Howard, Cincinnati run line. Reds for Luis. Andre says over. Jeremy says O's and way over. Yeah, it's up to 10 now, huh? So that kind of scares me. I lean over, I think, here. They got steam to the over. Ron on Baltimore, Bionic on the Orioles, Blake on Baltimore. What's that? Oh, Andre says both teams team total over. I think that's what. Yeah, that's what that's. Yep. And Theo on the over. Butterscotch is on Cincinnati. So, okay, Fernando on the Reds money line. Thomas, Cincinnati first 5. Butterscotch loves the over in this one. Rodney says his MLB play of the day. Keep it simple there as far as he doesn't have a fancy name for his pick. He's got the MLB play of the day. And he says go over at 9.5. I think you'll be laying some juice here at 9.5, probably minus 130 or so. That's fine. And anything else? Okay, Solo, O's money line. We only got so many games, so everyone's going to be picking these, I think.
Right.
Early says go over. Yeah, probably it was Fernando for sure. It's 10 today, though. And that might keep me off putting it, at 9.5. I was actually thinking premium. I still could do it. Only a 6-game card, so I'm gonna want to still find premiums.
Right.
In fact, I couldn't.
Slim pickings.
I was getting bid all over the place on that board yesterday.
The Orioles are the big meat lock of the day. We have the meat.
Oh, okay, big meats here, huh? Great.
I love it.
Well, everyone's this one. It looks split. I can't even differentiate which team the chat likes. Mindy, it seems. I think they like over.
I think it's the over more than anything. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not as solid. I'm not as sold on the over as I am actually on the side here. So yeah, I hope it doesn't end for the Reds. I hope they don't meet their comeuppance right now. But tough to go in and beat a good team like the Orioles right now, a team 18 games over 500. Reds are 4 games over 500. Congratulations to the Reds. We're talking the Baltimore here today. The Baltimore? Did the mayor even pick this game? I don't know. Mayor was talking. Mayor was saying hi and everything, right? But Mayor was here, right? Or no?
Yeah, he was here.
Okay. All right. Well,
he's doing mayor stuff.
Nathan Cerna, Cincinnati D1 over. All right, we're on Baltimore to get this show started. Next up, the Brewers taking on the Mets. Verlander's $1.75. The total is 8.5 over at -115.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it kind of seems like Verlander hasn't been very Verlander-ish, losing 4 of his last 5 here. And you have Colin Ray still with a little bit of an elevated ERA, 5.06 here on the road. Both of these bullpens here also haven't been great this season, well over 4.2 ERAs. So for me, I'm going to go ahead and hit the over in this one.
All right, Mindy's on the over here with Milwaukee and the Mets. I don't know that one. A little tougher for me, I think, in that one because you have two. Milwaukee obviously has been such a big time under this season. It seems like their offense just can't get going, and now they've got to go up against Verlander. Yeah, Verlander, the 4.5 ERA, not getting any better. He's got a 5.67 ERA in his last 5 starts. The Mets are just 3-6 when Verlander starts. For Colin Ray. Kind of the same story. He's got a 4.88 ERA and a 5.31 ERA in his last 4 starts. But the Brewers have that better record. They are 6-3 in their last 9, playing a little bit better. The Mets have lost 15 of their last 20. I'm going to take the Brewers here on the run line at minus $1.30 or so. I think today is the price. So I'll be on the Brewers possibly to stay this game. Hopefully it's Colin Ray, just because I can't be too impressed with the offense right now. But the Brewers have gone over in 4 of their last 6 games. But to kind of pump up Mindy's pick there, because mentioned the Brewers and their weak offense, but the Mets also. Verlander's gone under in 6 of his 9 starts. The Mets have gone under in 9 of their last 12 games at home. Brewers are 14-21 to the under as an underdog, and the Mets are 12-20 to the under at home. So I get it though. You mentioned the bullpens. Both have ERAs over 4. So see what the chat says in this one. We don't have our consensus here necessarily, but maybe the chat is on something because here's Fernando on the Mets. Luis is on the Mets run line. Ron Hahn says Mets first 5, and that's what Theo likes as well. Over for Verley. Andre is going to be with me on the Milwaukee run line. Ziggy, Mets run line and under. Solo, Brewers money line here. Says, I can't lay that big price like that. Ron Hahn says, go under with Verlander's K-prop today. Howard, Milwaukee on the run line. Sports Girl is here. She's got a lot on the over.
Sports Girl had all those WNBA picks. She had the Sparks yesterday against
Oh,
us.
wow. Sweet.
Swept the card. Yep.
Okay, great job. Hope Sports Girl we're indoctrinating her into the family, but hope she keeps staying with us. We have a great crew here of regulars, so you can definitely be one of them. A D1 here says Verlander on that K prop also. And Stephen Matthews on the over, CTG over, D1. Everybody's over in this one. I'm almost to the point where, at 8.5, I kind of feel like I worry about the offense of the Brewers, but I'm taking them. Thomas, Lewis, everybody's on the over with you, Mindy. That's good.
Yes, good.
All right. For Darren, here's first 5 under, Mets first 5. Butterscotch says Mets on the run line. All right. All right, Mindy, we've got one play so far. Let's take a look at the Twins. Are going on the road to take on the Braves, and you got Spencer Strider at $2 here, 8.5 under 25.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Spencer Strider, I always kind of thought was maybe one of those better pitchers in the league, but he's been struggling a little bit here this season. Pretty high ERA, 4.62. But yeah, I think the deal is he's backed up by a big old offense. And Sonny Gray, he's been pretty good here as well. 3 ERA, 2.56 overall. That Braves team, though, still scoring, one more run than the Twins team. The Twins, a little bit better bullpen. I don't think this is a lock here today for the Braves. I'm going to take those Twins on the run line here today.
All right, Mindy says take the Minnesota Twins on the run line here against Atlanta. I'm going to agree with you. I was actually going to consider the Twins, maybe even on the money line, but we're getting a good price here on the run line, aren't we? $1.15 or so, basically almost a pick 'em in this one. How can they doubt Sonny Gray? I mean, Sonny Gray is no fluke. He's going out there, right, and giving his effort. And 3.91 in his last 9 starts, but still got an overall ERA under 3. So they don't win necessarily of late for Sonny, just 3-6 in his last 9 games. Braves are hard to beat with Strider, 13-2 in his starts this season. That's awesome. They are pretty big favorites, in a lot of those games. So still just averaging probably a third of a unit profit, though, per game, maybe a little bit short of that. In his last 5 starts, he does have a 6 ERA, plenty of run support. He's 4-0 in those starts. So do have Braves have gone over in 11 of his 15 starts. They've also gone over in 10 of their last 14 games. The Twins have gone under in just 3 of their last 10. So will there be runs with these strong pitchers? The total up there, 8.5. I don't know. Kind of looks high, but I also think we could see some offense from these two in this game. I'm gonna take the Twins. I'm gonna give them a big chance to compete here in this one with the Braves today. Gonna need that offense to show up, no doubt, when you're taking on the Braves, right?
Right.
So here we go. Is Sports Girl going under in this one, or is that this last one? Sometimes you need the game on there, but I think Chuck had the other game, right? Yep. So this has got to be this game. Okay, yeah. Yep. We've got Ron Hahn, Spencer Strider to get the win. Braves on the run line. Solo on the over. Ron likes that play a lot today, his play. Fernando on the Twins. Andre Glasgow, first 5 over. Ziggy, Twins, money line. And Marco Carrasco here today. Says he's been looking at those metrics. Maybe Gray's getting old. Maybe he's old and tired. First 5 under for D1. Here's Stephen Matthews says Braves team total over 4.5. Jeremy Bryant says he's concerned about who is going to play here on Monday. Yeah, Monday's usually not typically a rest day, but we'll see. Fernando says go under. Thomas Lewis on team total over. Big Meat. It's got a Nerfy possibly here today in this one. Look, Sonny Gray is allowed a run in the first inning in just 2 of his 15 starts this season. The Twins have scored a run in 18 of 79 ball games. Strider's allowed a run in 4 of his 15 starts, and the Braves, one of the best in the majors in scoring in the first inning. They've scored in 32 of their
So conflicting info on that Nerfy.
well, the Braves, Gray could definitely. I think Gray has better than average numbers, even though we're kind of bagging on him a little bit. But the Braves, that is one of the best in the league. 32 of 77 games, they have scored a run in the first inning. Burley says Braves run line. Bionic is on the Braves. Butterscotch says take Atlanta on the run line. I'm taking Minnesota, and I've convinced Darren to take the Braves.
Talked him right into it, huh? Fade Ramon.
Yeah, let's take the Twins here on the run line in this one. Give us our second play. Looks like most are on the Braves here. Hello to Bo! Great to see you. Texas is going to host Detroit. A couple left-handers here in Matthew Boyd and Andrew Hahne. Texas $1.85. Total is 9 under 15.
Yeah, I feel like the mayor of Baltimore was, razzing me a little bit about my Detroit pick yesterday, but they made it all the way to the 10th inning. They almost did it. So that's why I'm going to go back on this Tigers team here again today. I think it's kind of more with Boyd. He's one of my favorites here for the Tigers. Has won each of his last 2 starts here, has limited the amount of runs he's given up. And then this Texas team, they usually produce actually less runs at home than they do on the road. And then they just had a pretty much, I think, a stinker series there in the Bronx, right? Only scoring 7 runs in that series in its entirety. So for me, I'm going to go ahead and take the Tigers here today on the run line.
All right, Mindy says go with the Tigers here on the road. Boyd. They're 8-6 in Boyd's 14 starts. Now he does have a 5.63 ERA this season and a 4.91 ERA in his last 4 starts. But Hahne, he's also been giving it up a little bit of late, 5.19 ERA in his last 4 starts. We'll mention, though, Texas 6-1 in his last 7 starts. And Texas, of course, pretty strong at home, 24-13 this season. Detroit playing better ball. They've won 6 of 10. And I'll end up look, I think this one was as high as 9.5 under 25, which is pretty heavily juiced, but the fact that it's now 9 and still juiced to the under, you can see where this total is heading. I was premium city at 9.5 under 25. I was still thinking premium at 9 over, and as it continues to fall, I'll just give it out on the show here. Still like the under. I still like the under in this one. All the trends would pretty much say over, except for maybe the Texas has gone over in just 2 of their last 9 games overall. But other than that, maybe the trends kind of point to the over with these 2 teams. But I think I'm just going to trust the move here and go under. Mindy's on the run line. Let's see what the chat is up to with this one.
Right.
We've got
mad at the Tigers. I don't blame them.
Yeah. What happened in that? What happened in that game yesterday? Oh, okay.
They scored 3 in the top of 10 to blow it. Or I mean, they allowed 3 in the top of 10 to blow it.
Shall we use that game? All right. Let's see here. Okay, here we go. Texas run line for Howard. Luis will go over. Texas money line for D1. Hello to Lotto Snob here today. Lotto Snob likes Detroit run line, and there's the rest of Lotto Snob's action. You want to take a look at that? Butterscotch is on Detroit Run Line with you. Ron Hahn says Texas money line and over 8.5. Maybe he'll buy it down. Maybe it'll go to 8.5. I don't know. Andre here with Texas first 5. Yeah. Texas is, let's see, 49 and 18. 49, 18, and 10 is Texas's first 5 record. That's one of the best in the league for sure. Also should mention that Hahne is 8, 4, and 2 in the first 5. So good numbers there on that. Ziggy says Tigers plus 1.5. Thomas Lewis says Detroit. Stephen Matthews says the under. And Solo looks like Rangers minus 1.5. Big Lucci here today says,
Yeah.
oh, no, we're talking about yesterday's game.
Right.
Got it. Okay. And here's Bionic on the Tigers. Also the under. Leroy says take Texas. Burley says go over. And Ron said he got that 8.5 earlier. Wow. Great. Who is it, Marco? Who's playing for the Orioles today? Let us know. Oh, Westbury. Okay, we'll take a look at Westbury. I'll be watching for him for sure. All right. Mindy on Detroit here. I'm on the under. Okay. Oops, I forgot the Angels pitcher here, but I do know who it is. It's Detmers. Okay, I'll type that in, correct my thing. Okay, Mindy, pressure's on. The series is over. I blew it. What's happened here, Mindy, is of course, teams were identified by the color of their socks for a time, probably in the early 1800s. But back in the day, they used to have these things called newspapers. I don't know if people today are familiar with them. They have
mine's digital. I don't know about everyone else.
News that would be like delivered to your door. Amazing technology. And because the teams were originally called White Stockings, Red Stockings, Blue Hoe, socks fits a lot better in a headline. So that's not necessarily the official reason. Maybe teams were already starting to be called because it was just longer to say as well. But
they just decided to put the X on it, huh?
It fit better in a headline.
All right.
Say socks and stockings on occasion. So, hey, I'd love to write headlines for sure. Here's the White Sox on the road against the Angels. The Angels $1.30, 8.5 over 15. I'm sure everybody knows in the chat. And Minnie's been asking me to figure that out.
That's right. I was counting on you.
What you got in this one, Mindy?
Well, I think I'm going to go over the total here. I kind of feel like it's another Angels day to break out. I like what I saw yesterday from the White Sox versus the Red Sox. They had a nice finale, so I think they're going to go ahead and bring that into the next one. Cease has that elevated ERA on the road, 5.05 in his splits. Averages 4 base runners a game via the walk in 9 innings. And gives up 1 home run per 9. So that's any one of them, Trout, Ohtani, who's going to do it? But yeah, I think this one gets over the total, especially with that White Sox ERA here. In the bullpen, 4.57. And we know the Angels like to blow it in the bullpen as well. So going to go ahead and take the over here.
Yeah, it's usually hit or miss, right, with the Angels. They still got 3.59 ERA. It's still, top it's top 10. I know that. Probably top 6 or 7 or so. I don't know. Good numbers, but they just blow up at the wrong time usually. Yeah, these two teams producing some unders in the, at 8.5 juice to the over. I'm not sure I could get with you in this one. Cease has gone over in just 2 of his last 8 starts. The White Sox have gone over in just 5 of their last 21 games. Detmers hasn't gone over in any of his last 5 starts, and the Angels have gone over in just one of their last 6 games. So trends are made to be broken, someone in the chat once said, but I'm not going to buck these trends in this one. With these two, I'm going to give away the Angels here, maybe a freemium for me. I really like the Angels in this game today with Detmers. He has a 0.96 ERA in his last 3 starts. Angels haven't won for him, but the Angels have won 5 of their last, or they've lost 5 of their last 7, still 20-16 at home, and the White Sox 14-25 on the road. So to 130, I've got to like this price. Certainly, I mean, Angels are still 5 games over 500, and the White Sox are 11 games under. And I don't see Dylan Cease, getting back to his usual expected form. I don't know what we expected from Dylan Cease at this point. Whatever it is, it's kind of bogged down in mediocrity. So I'll take the Angels here. Mindy on the over. See what the chat's into here. Starting it off with Luis on the White Sox in this one. Darren says take. Oops, that's the wrong game there. Sorry about that. Darren, there's a pick on the other game. Leroy, Angels money line. Brett's got a pitcher prop. He likes Cease to go over tonight. D1 says, how about a first 5 under? Ziggy's on the Angels here with me. Andre says, White Sox, first 5 on the run line. The White Sox have 29, 39, and 11 in the first 5. Ron says Angels money line and over. Jeremy here on the Sox first 5. And Butterscotch Angels. Thomas Lewis says go under. Bionic on the Angels. I think I've got a few supporters here with Angels. Freaky Tweaky's here today.
Right.
Solo says Angels. Solo may go over. Fernando kind of liking those Sox. And Mindy's on the over in this one. I'll take the Angels. Got one last chance here to get a third play in the major leagues.
Let's see if we can do it.
The Nationals, they have named their starter here. And Williams going up against Castillo. Monster price here of $250. 8 under 25. Bookmakers, they just love Castillo, don't they?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Man, he's always laying such a big price. It just doesn't seem to make any sense. They're probably good to go. It's a pretty great matchup for Castillo. Hard to lay the number, but what are you going to go with here?
Yeah, I mean, Castillo's been great at home. 2.03 ERA, 11 Ks per 9. He's been outstanding, but again, you don't know which Mariners team is going to show up here, if they're going to have that run support. Right now, the Nationals are scoring more runs than this Mariners team, but again, they're running up against Castillo, so then you still have that good pitching matchup. Williams hasn't been terrible, I don't think. 4.14 ERA there, 16% K rate. That's a little bit higher than Castillo. At 14.6. So I'm going to go ahead and go under the total here today.
Yeah, I'm going to go under with you, Mindy. Hopefully we get in there, even at this 8 under 25. I know that it's probably sneaking into the 7.5 territory here. I would imagine pretty quickly, maybe already. Maybe I can take a peek at the odds screen here. It's starting to worry me that this one's even going lower.
Moving, huh?
No, okay. No, DraftKings is already at 7.5 over 20. A couple books. I just saw BetUS move it back up to 8 flat. So hey, good news for us. I'm gonna go with the over here in this one with Mindy on that 8. Yeah, I mean, if it was 8 flat, I'd probably be in premium territory anyway. So let's make it a consensus play. Williams has gone over in just 2 of his last 8 starts. Castillo's gone 4-1 to the under in his last 5 starts. Seattle 7-3 to the under in their last 10. So Castillo, you mentioned he's got an ERA under 3, but a 4.18 ERA in his last 4 starts. But get this, Mindy, in those 4 games, you talked about it. I mean, the Mariners have scored 7 runs.
Yeah.
In 4 starts, so
Yeah.
it's hard at 250.
Right.
I mean, I like the Mariners. I'm probably going to have to get on them. I can't lay a run line in premiums right now. I just can't win with any of those, but I've got to like the Mariners to take care of this one. Got a lot of opinions here on the last game of the day. It starts with Ziggy here, I believe, on the Mariners run line. Leroy, Mariners run line. Ron says Castillo to get the win. Jamal will just lay 250, it looks like. Andre to lay that run line. Solo says, hey, you forget about it. Give me the big dog. Price is too high. I do feel like the price is too high, but the numbers just seem to be all Mariners, and other than the fact that Williams is, profitable and Castillo is not, but that's not a metric. Seattle run line here for Luis. Ron says Castillo gets the win. T1 Mariners run line and under. Sports Girl will take under 8. Jeremy Bryant's going to have to take the dog here, he says. Butterscotch has a Nerfy for a Scotch lock today. How about that?
Cool.
Williams is allowed a run in the first inning in 4 of his 15 starts. Castillo has allowed a run in the first inning in just 2 of his 15 starts. The Nationals are about 31% scoring a run in the first inning. In Seattle, Seattle, a little bit less here than that. 22 of 76 scoring a run in the first. So Sports Girl would take it even if it's at 7.5. I think we're dealing with an 8, and it's settling about 8 under 15. So I'm gonna like this price. We'll go under here in this one, even though Big Lucci's gonna go over. In this one, Bionic is going to be on the Nationals. Thomas Lewis likes the Mariners. Thank you, Big Lucci. Thanks for stopping by. Thank you. Darren says take the first 5 under. All right, Mindy. We got 3 out of 6.
That's pretty good. 50%. I like it.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Enjoy Major League Baseball.
So thanks for watching, and make sure you get over to the Tony'sPicks.com website right now and check out our All Cappers tab where you can purchase some of our own personal picks. And be sure to go ahead and use the promo code TonyT at checkout to save 20%. Okay, have fun. Watch another video. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.